Hello, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Today, I got a really sweet deck for you. I am playing a mono bluish prowess deck. This thing is very powerful, it's very fast, and it has some really good interaction. I think it is actually placed really well in the current meta for best of one standard. Before I talk a little bit about the deck, do please hit that subscribe button. Help this channel grow a little bit more. Hello to all the new subscribers that joined up last week. Please say hi down in the comments. I would love to hear from you. So what's going on with this deck? We got some pretty simple plans going on. We got some creatures. Elusive Otter, prowess creature, gets huge, can't be blocked. Fantastic. Storm Chaser's Talent, an enchantment that makes a prowess otter. Also fantastic. Astrologian's Planisphere, this is an equipment. When it enters, it's going to create a hero and attach itself to the hero. Then whenever we cast a non-creature spell and whenever we draw our third card for the turn, it might happen, we're going to put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. It's kind of like better prowess. And then we have Bellion the Parch. This thing also kind of has a prowess effect. It says whenever we cast a blue spell, creature or non-creature spell, Bellion is going to get +1/+1 until the end of turn. At the beginning of our end step, it's going to turn into a land. You guys know Bellion, I'm sure. It's an awesome card. The rest of the deck is built up out of ways of protecting and enabling the deck. We are playing 4 copies of Boomerang Basics. This is the only new card from the latest Avatar set, but boy oh boy, is it a great card. I am sure that you have seen people playing Boomerang Basics alongside Storm Chaser's Talent. Bounce is alive and well. It's doing fantastic. In fact, we might be playing a Demir Bounce deck later on this week. But returning the Talent, it draws us a card, gives us the Talent back. We can play out the Talent, make more Otters, pump up our Otters and the prowess creatures that we have. It's just a fantastic combo. Then we are playing some copies of, 4 copies of, Enter the Enigma. Gonna draw a card, make something unblockable. That's a big theme in this deck. Our creatures get huge and often they can just sneak in. The elusive otter can't be blocked with power, creatures with power less than the elusive otter's power. Then if we put in, Enter the Enigma on one of these creatures, this Planisphere hero gets awfully big very quickly. Well, then it can't be blocked. We are also playing Secret Identity. This has double duty. It's going to give our creatures hexproof when we need it, or we're going to do the reveal. Until the end of turn, target creature you control becomes a hero with base power and toughness 3/4. Fantastic. All of our creatures are 1/1s at base power except for Bellion, which is a 2/2. And it gains flying and vigilance. This flying is very valuable. The rest of the cards: draw, draw, bounce, and spell pierce. Maybe we gotta stop some non-creature bad stuff from happening. And then the final card that's in the deck is Kaito Cunning Infiltrator, a 3 CMC, 3 loyalty planeswalker. It says whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put a loyalty counter on Kaito. So that's how Kaito gets bigger. Another way, +1, up to 1 target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. Draw a card, then discard a card. Sounds pretty good to me, right? Finally, -2, we can create a ninja if we're in a really tight spot, and the -9, we're not going to get there. Don't worry about it. Then over in our lands, well, we just got a couple of copies of Willow Rush Verge. If you go and build this deck and you are a little bit rare card conscious, you don't really need this. The only reason this is in the deck is because the elusive otter has the Grove's Bounty side, the sorcery adventure card, distribute X +1/+1 counters among any number of target creatures you control. So we put in the Willow Verge because, well, at base it's going to be making blue mana, and there's really no downside to having it other than it costs 4 rare cards to have it in your deck. So that's what we're doing with this. It's going to be pretty sweet. We're going to see if we can run over some opponents with these super cute otters. See you over in the games. All right, let's see if we run into some Badger Mole Cubs. I want to see how well this deck is going to be playing against that deck. Opponent gets to go first in game 1. Juke Nukem, love the name. Opening hand looks pretty good. We got some elusive otters, ways of pumping them up, ways of protecting them. Astrologian's Planisphere. Everything looks good to me. I'm going to lead out with the elusive otter. I had problems playing an old deck where I wasn't sure if I wanted to go Storm Chaser's Talent or elusive otter, but I think it's just better to put the otter onto the field. That way it starts getting pumped up when you put out this one. This, of course, doesn't start pumping up our prowess creatures. Yep, let's throw out the Planisphere. They could possibly counter this. Nope, they're going to consult. They are on a Simic deck. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's a Kona deck. We might have to go so much faster than we're going if that's the case. Or we might need to find a Okay, I don't. Yeah, this is suspicious. Might have to find a spell pierce at some point. All right, game is actually kind of popping off super fast, and I could go the safe way. Now that they played the Otter, it's kind of making me think that they're not on a Kona deck, and that I probably have more time than I had originally thought. So I think what I'm going to do is play out the Planisphere, pump up the Otter and the other hero, and then we're going to slam in. If they decide to block and try to do some casting with this one green source, we do have the opt that we can play out to protect. Wow, I did not expect that. You know what? We're going full ham. We're going to put another Otter onto the field, and then I should. Yeah, recording, and then I get a little bit frazzled. I should have put out this Otter, I think. It would have been just a better play overall. Um, it's an unblockable Otter. It might not matter in the end, though. We'll see. While the opponent's figuring out what they're going to be doing with this board, do hit that subscribe button. Help the channel grow a little bit. I do appreciate it. I said it in the intro, but I kind of want to put it in the first game as well as at the start, because I know some people skip over the beginning segments of these things. We don't want this island. We're going to throw that on the bottom and hope we get a spell. Okay. And unfortunately, we actually can't cast this. So we would have been in a much better position had we put out the Otter, and we would have put out the Storm Chaser's Talent this turn and had more pumps. So that was a big misplay on my part. Let's slam in. We got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. This will give 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 damage. I think when you have the chance to do it, you kind of go for it. I'm going to put it on this Otter. If it resolves, we're good. If they don't have a way of removing one of our creatures, we're good. Okay, they did have that. We still get in for a good amount of damage because we do get the prowess triggers. We do. And these heroes actually stay pretty big. I'm going to keep the elusive Otter back just in case we end up finding the Verge. We can actually cast out the Grove side, and that would give us more triggers for things. Conversely, just to kind of look at all of our options, the opponent stumbled too much. Next turn, we would have had 5 mana, so worst case scenario, we could have upgraded the Storm Chaser's Talent to level 2 and gone and grabbed probably the Secret Identity. It would have presented the most damage had the opponent tapped out there. So we had a lot of options. Game 1, you can see the power. It's very fast if the opponent doesn't have enough going on in the early game. They're going to get run over. Game number 2 against IVD1. Hello. A little bit of a shame that I am still playing in Mythic. This hand is a little sketch, but I'm going to try it. Let's see how powerful Bellion is. Doesn't matter what we put out. I guess the island's good. The way the ladder's resetting. Oh, that's great. I think I'm going to put out the Planisphere first. The ladder will be resetting tomorrow for me, or not tomorrow, in 2 days, and I got to get my recording done on the weekends because of scheduling, so that's where I'm at. They have plotted a... Oh boy, they have plotted a slick shot. So our option is pretty simple, I think. I only have one card to deal with it. It's Into the Floodmaw. We're going to put out the Bellion. The Bellion is going to be a land on our turn that we can use to bounce the slick shot if they decide to deploy it this turn. And if they don't decide to throw out the slick shot this turn, we can just opt. It's a frantic scapegoat. When this enters, suspect it. So it is now Menace. It has haste, and they have the Emberheart Challenger. Okay, so I think we're going to be holding this Into the Floodmaw up pretty much indefinitely. We can't allow the opponent to hit us with that. We will take 3 damage. That's not a big deal. Actually, it's not at all a big deal. And the way Astrologians works, we are getting the benefit of this opt right now, so we may as well do it. I really want to hit a land, I think. So I'm going to throw the Secret Identity away as much as it pains me. There's the island, okay? And we get a Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce could actually be pretty huge in this matchup. So let's return the Emberheart Challenger. Let's cast the into the Enigma. We'll put it on the Bellion. It doesn't matter. We get another island for following turn. And I think I'm okay just doing 4 damage here. This way I'm going to be leaving up into the Floodmaw or Spell Pierce or Secret Identity. We actually have 2 mana to play around with these 1 mana instant speed spells. So we're in a pretty good position. There's the Emberheart Challenger coming back onto the field, getting frisky. Okay, that's cool. I like that. The Scapegoat is actually kind of cute, right? They have double Emberheart Challengers. Okay. I wonder if putting in... There's that new lesson card that untaps things, and I wonder if I should have that in the deck. That could be pretty cool. Okay, my turn. I'm not going to do anything on this turn. We're just going to find a Boomerang Basic. Okay, so Island. Boomerang Basic is going to... Okay, how much damage do we have? This is another... We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So just count it out. When you have it, and you send the opponent to the Shadow Realm, I guess. Oh, oops. That's fine. We actually have 1 extra point of damage. Yes, okay, that was fine. Don't put the Secret Identity onto the Bellion. The Bellion is the only target that you don't put it onto because the Bellion is a 2/2 at base level. All the other creatures are 1/1s. They get the biggest benefit. So instead of doing 12 damage there, I only did 11. Only needed 11, so it didn't matter. I guess we get style points for hitting them to 0. Well, this deck feels awfully good, doesn't it? And I don't think we were on the play for either of those games. I believe we were on the draw. This time around, we are creatureless, and that means that this sleight of hand has to be absolutely fantastic. Let's try it. Let's push the limit of this deck against Zomofo. And see. They mulligan down to 6. That's cool. They're playing mono red. We find another land. We do not want to see any more lands. Not great. What we would love to see off the top of the library is a talent. Stormchaser's Talent. Okay, absolutely not what we wanted to see. So you know what? I know this is desperate, but it's always good to show the flexibility of some cards. I'm going to cast the Enter the Enigma on my opponent's Scalding Viper, making it unblockable. I'm going to cast... This sucks. I'm doing it again. I'm taking damage. I'm throwing away very powerful cards. Okay, we get the Elusive Otter. So... with the Elusive Otter on the field, with the Secret Identity as a backup, maybe we can start making some things happen here. We're in a pretty bad position because we're going to take another 2 points of damage from the Scalding Viper here, and then all of our cards are doing damage to us. So we are on a really bad clock. We do not have anything that this Scalding Viper is not going to hurt us from. So let's put that on the field. We're going to hold up the Secret Identity. We have 2 of them. So if we can blank 2 removal spells, it's possible that we can put a lot of damage on the opponent's face that they might not be able to deal with. Oh, crap. Okay. So I'm going to be taking so much damage here. Oh, they were smart not to attack in with the Scalding Viper. It's such a shame. The opponent has some good wits about them. Okay, well, the Bastronaut's hitting me. Do I bounce the Ogier? I have to bounce the Ogier, because if I don't, this Scalding Viper is going to hit me for 4 damage every single time, and I'll just be dead. So we have definitely run into our rival here. Ooh, Kaito is good, but... Hey, yikes. Okay, I think what I need to do is I need to play out the Boomerang Basic on the Scalding Viper. I'm going to take 1 more point of damage. Next turn, they cannot play the Scalding Viper along with the Ogier. That puts me in maybe a little bit of a better position. Now, do I want to play out the Kaido? The Kaido +1 draws me a card, and it also maybe soaks up a little bit of damage from this Bastronaut. I think it's probably okay. I think it's also okay just to attack in with the Otter. Do I want to make a Ninja, or do I want to draw a card, discard a card? If I make a Ninja, It's possible the Bastronaut can have double strike next turn if they get this up to 4 by doing some damage before going to damage combat. I think I need to draw. I think I need to draw. No. I'm changing my mind. I'm gonna go with the Ninja. What was right here? I don't know. Okay, let's see what they decide to do. I would prefer them to put out the Ogier, I think, because I can get around that. The Scalding Viper is going to do quite a bit of damage to me, and the Bastronaut's definitely going to be coming in for... Oh, they had the land... Oh! Why don't you hit the Otter? I think you got to hit the Otter every single time there. Okay, so I have to do 17 points of damage here, and I don't think that's going to be something that's happening. So first things first, let's draw a card. This time I think we got to do it this way. It's Boomerang Basics. We don't need 2 of these secret identities, so we'll get rid of that. We will throw... We're dead to the Bastronaut though, right? But I think we're dead. I think I'm just actually going through motions here. And it's all futile because they're gonna hit me with the Nova Hellkite. They're gonna hit me with any number of things. What's the thing that does the most damage in my deck? I need the creatures. These things don't do anything. Okay. GG opponent. Yeah, they had a good start. We took forever trying to find our creature, and having the Scalding Viper against a machine gun style deck is going to be pretty cool. So we're going to give the opponent the GG. We're going to smack them for 8, and then we are going to scoop it up because, well, I'm going to assume the opponent would have been able to kill me in that position. They had a lot of different ways to do it. A few weeks back, I put out a mono red deck that played Ogier, O'Hare, whatever he's called. Okay, this looks good. And we're on the play. And it played the Scalding Viper. It played the Needlehead. It was a little bit of a creature-based burn deck. I don't know what you would want to call it, the ping deck. And one viewer commented on that video asking if I had any upgrades now that Avatar had come out. And I looked through the Avatar cards and I kind of concluded that, you know what, no, there weren't really any cards that were going to be making that particular deck much better. And the opponent, or not the opponent, that viewer said, you know, the deck seems a little bit underpowered, or it seems like it's not working as well as I would like it to work, I think. But you know what, in that game, boy, oh boy, did it ever prove very effective against me. Oh, okay, so we were trying to be cute. I thought we were going to see I really thought we were going to see Shelter by Ghost. When you see Optimistic Scavenger on turn 1, you think you'll get hit by the Shelter by Ghost, but they didn't have it. So now we're in a weird position where if I play out the Planisphere, I cannot bounce the Aerialist if they end up throwing out the Shelter by Ghost. So do I take the risk of putting out the Planisphere, or no, you opponents, you never block there. Or do I just wait one more turn? No. If we get hit by the Shelter by Ghost, I think we get hit by it. I suspect that they don't have the Shelter by Ghost. They did mulligan down to 6. Last turn they had a really good Optimistic Scavenger. I'm scared now. I'm so scared. Okay. It's the Shelter by Ghost that kills me. This thing hurts, but it doesn't kill me. Okay, so they are now flying. If I do this on this, it becomes a 4/5, right? I hope I'm not wrong. Ooh, mama, yes. That's a blowout. Oh, it's so good. Okay, now we can, let's opt. I was gonna say let's put out the Kaido, but no. We'll opt land, not a land. Enter the Enigma, pretty good here. Definitely, I want to hold up the Into the Floodmaw. Let's do this. Let's just make this unblockable. That way they can't get frisky. Ooh, opt's pretty good. Okay, let's attack in for a clean 8 and then see if we can prevent any nasty damage. Again, we can hold the Into the Flood Maw for a possible Shelter by Ghost. That's the card that is going to wreck us. I don't care if they hit me for 7, 8. If they could hit me for 18 damage here, and I don't care. This, I don't care. Draw your card. Go for it. We can bounce 2 different things. We can give something unblockable. There's so much stuff that we can do here. Okay, we get hit for 6. Fine. These Optimistic Scavengers are not blocking this Elusive Otter. So do I fire off the Opt here? No, let's keep it. Enter the Enigma is such a good card here. Okay, probably they have something. They have something. I have to assume that they probably have Shard Mage's Rescue. That's probably the only card that they would have for 1 mana in mono white that's instant speed, right? Or it could be Restoration Magic, neither of which are relevant to me at all. Okay, they finally let it go through. Let's see what our opt is. Storm Chaser's Talent. Not bad, but not what we want. Island is much better. Let's enter the Enigma. Okay, Jargor's timeouts have expired. We're going to go the same. Well, I could play Secret Identity, actually. Is it just... Yeah, why not? I was going to say I could bounce one of the Optimistic Scavengers, but it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. This is 15 damage. We actually have another 2 points of damage that we could put on the opponent. This looks an awful lot like a nasty aggro list, doesn't it? It's no different than it's no different than a Slick Shot Show Off. Boom, boom. Okay. Nice try, mono white auras. It's a very cool deck, but I think mono blue's got a hand over it. That's not an expression. What is the expression? I don't know. Next one. 3 more fine games to go. Game number 5 against T-Bell. Okay. Opening hand. Hey. There we go. I want to see more Bellions. We're only playing 2, which is a little disappointing because I really like Bellion the Parch. I think it's such an interesting card. The last time I played it, I talked about how cool and unique it was or is, and I still think it is a very interesting card. Let's get in. I don't think the opponent has any interaction, so this Bellion is hitting the field and not having to worry about anything. I would love to see a Boomerang Basics so we can see the interaction between Storm Chaser's Talent and Boomerang Basic. That's okay. Not a Boomerang Basic, but we can opt. Get our creatures up nice and big. Hey, you know what? What's better than what is better than bouncing, or what is just as good as bouncing a Storm Chaser's Talent? Playing a second one, I guess. Get our creatures up to 4/4 and 3/3, and you know what? Let's bounce. Let's bounce the wall. Yes. We'll hit them for 9. That's super fair. Turn 3, 9 damage. No problem. It's not a turn 3 Crater Hoof after all. That is totally perfectly balanced for this current meta. Unfortunately, we don't hit anything good, but we do have the Enter the Enigma. So let's put the Enter the Enigma on the Bellion. I think it ends up being bigger overall in the end. We draw an island. That's disappointing, but I guess what's less disappointing is the option to do this. That's why we want to put... I didn't know I could distribute it onto any number of creatures. We're learning something. How about a team of 4/4s? Oh, unfortunately, Bellion. Oh, Bellion. I made Bellion unblockable. I'm a genius. So, yeah, I actually thought that, you know, sometimes you just don't read all these words. There's so many words on these cards these days. Distribute X +1/+1 counters among any number of target creatures you control. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay. So give me some. Ooh, that's huge for the opponent. Oh my god, and we drew so badly. So, do we win? Yep. Yeah. Enter the Flood Maw. Confirmed here on Avogy MTG. Still a good card. Yeah. Oh, sorry, T-Bell. I shouldn't be laughing at your pain. Hey, I can appreciate anyone who's throwing down a Pompous Pillager. I love this card. I want to play it more. I just haven't gotten around to it. Next one. I gotta say, my recordings have been actually going so well lately. There was a period of time where I wasn't recording. I was playing. I was testing decks, and just recently, and I felt like I couldn't win anything. I think I've lamented about this recently already, and it was rough. But the last like week has been really good for me. I when the Avatar set came out, everything restarted, and I think I had something like a 49% win rate on Untapped. And after another week of playing, it went up to 60%, just because it things had turned around. I hit like a really nasty spot of variance or something. I don't know, but it was rough. Okay, we got this card that I've never seen before, but we could just bounce it. Right? It seems pretty good to just bounce that one so they don't play out an annoying card called Ouroboride. Okay, let's do that. Let's opt. Why not? That way we can pump as much damage in as we want. We definitely don't want the island. I think it's okay to find the fourth opt. Oh my god. All right, and we'll do this. Why not? Hit them for 8. That's what we're doing here. And next turn, they have to throw down something very powerful. And we have a whole bunch of ops to draw through our deck to find ways of flying over our creatures, making our creatures unblockable, bouncing their creatures. This deck is so fun. And there's very that's not going to save you, my friend. That is not going to save you. Oh my goodness. There's nothing more fun, I think, than drawing cards in Magic. Everybody loves to draw cards. Okay, let's keep on going. Hey, whoa, 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 hey, hey, hey! Enough with these lands, okay? All right. The opponent not gonna let us sit here and BM them. Let's head on into our 7th and final game. Pino is our final opponent, number 980 on the Mythic Ladder rankings. We have Sleight of Hand, Storm Chaser's Talent, and a Bellion. All of these look pretty nice. Have you guys started saying hello to your opponents, by the way? I always, hey, opponent, cool guy. Yeah, remember I've talked about that in the past. You say hello, you increase your win rate. That's the theory. Okie dokie. What are we against? Are we against like a... Ugh, things are sticking. Are we against a deck that is trying to rush out a Galta or something? I feel like this is like a reanimator deck, and we could be in big old trouble. But I think I have to play out the Bellion. I'm not going to get in with the Otter. And the reason I didn't like feign an attack is because I fully believe that the opponent is super willing to put this Charming Scoundrel in front of any attacker that I have. So we're going to hold back the Otter for now. We can always, I don't know, find a way of sending it into the air or something later. But I think we might be in a little bit of a pickle here. That's the vibe I'm feeling. Okay, we got a gamer. We got to respond to this. Are we doomed? I'm pretty sure we're doomed. But you know what? We finally, in game number 7, we finally find the combo. We finally do it. We get the Boomerang Basic. We return the thing. We pump everything up. We draw an extra card. This is what we came here to do. We have an island for the next turn. we could push damage. So they are probably going to be drawing cards. I think I don't want to put as many creatures on the field quite yet. I really wish I... Do I think they have like a board? They don't have a board wipe, do they? No. We're going to go super wide here. We're going to attack in for 4. We're only going to get 4 damage in. 100% they're blocking Charming Scoundrel here. Yeah. And we get in for 4, take them down to 16. Their Demonic Pact is going to trigger, if you're not familiar with this card, at the beginning of your upkeep, choose one that hasn't been chosen. This enchantment deals 4 damage to any target and you gain 4 life. Target opponent discards 2 cards, you draw 2 cards, or you lose the game. However, they have 4 mana. They have 1 white source, not 2 white sources. Greedy Freebooter is not going to be good enough. It's a pretty good blocker, though. Thankfully, we do have 2 ways of giving our things unblockable right now. If they have 1... but that's not going to be important. I think it's probably just important to push damage if they only have 1 Greedy Freebooter. We'll have the Bellion and 3 Otters going in on the opponent. We don't find any protection. I was really hoping to find the hexproof thing there. Okay. They definitely have some interaction. Are they smoking my Bellion? Don't smoke my boy. Not my poor Bellion. Oh, no, he's going down. I know it. I can feel it in my bones. Not Bellion. Nowhere to run. No, they're doing it. We don't have any instant speed interaction to pump him up. Oh, he takes it for the team. Okay, but we still have our 3 Otters that we're going to pump. Oh, no. Oh, no. Not another thing. No. It's all falling apart. Torch the tower. Pretty good. Okay, so they had 2 fantastic answers. Enter the Enigma is pretty good. It draws us a card. Storm Chaser's Talent, also pretty good because it gives us more creatures. But I think it's got to be this. Now, do I want to put out Bellion? I think I do. It could also be Kaido. What is the play? I think it's Bellion. So we're going to give one of these creatures can't be blocked. We get a secret identity for the following turn. We don't have lethal damage, do we? If I cast this, this goes to 4. If I cast... So it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage only, not 16. So let's just get in for 3 damage. They're going to block with the Freebooter. We're going to be giving them an... When this dies, they get a token. So that's pretty good. It is what it is. I think it's fine. And we're going to put out our second Bellion. That way, if they do end up dealing with the board, they do end up wiping us, we can at least... we do have a backup creature is what I'm saying. They might Demonic Pact to make us discard 2 cards. If that's the case, what am I discarding? Kaido and the Secret Identity and hope that the Enter the Enigma... Okay. Are we saving the boy? No. We're not saving the boy. Do we save the boy? Oh, there's so many decisions to make here. I think I'm going to save it. This seems like a desperation play from the opponent. They're trying to get rid of these pesky Otters. Nowhere to run! Oh! Oh! The oops. Man. It's on me. It's 100% on me. But there are a lot of like indicators on Magic Arena that are like, this is uncounterable or this doesn't work. I kind of wish there were some kind of animation for Nowhere to Run that said like, hey, you know, this is happening. So they get a second Demonic Pact. What a Chad gamer. This is our only play here, right? We go this way. Did we have lethal damage if we had played, or if we hadn't thrown away that card? I really wonder. I'm not going to sit here wondering about it too much, but Let's give Belly an unblockable. We find a Boomerang. That's pretty good. So throw away the Astrologians. And next turn, they're going to be making me... They're going to make me discard something, right? I'm almost certain of it. So there's no point in... Like, I can do this, but there's really no point in it. I can cast the Secret Identity next turn. It doesn't do anything. Storm Chaser's Talent, I can't do it because we're in the end step. We do have the Belly and mana. We'll see. But certainly we're discarding 2 cards here. And they're dealing 4 damage. And I cannot... Oh! We can give it hexproof this time. This time it works. So I want to know what their plan is. I love this. Pino, you're playing something really cool. They have the Demonic Pact. Are they gifting it to me? Nice. And we choose lose the game. The opponent had our number the entire time. They had it all calculated out. How much damage did I throw away by throwing away the Secret Identity? I threw away 5 damage, right? So it's probable that I didn't ever have a win somewhere in here, but I feel like that was a little bit of a misstep. Man, that's cool. Hey, when you can say that you lost to a Demonic Pact, that's an okay way to play the game. Now I'm kind of wondering, in that last game, did I pass up a Spell Pierce? You know, the harmless offering wasn't even in my brain at all. I know that card exists, and I know that they usually donate the pact. I should have seen it coming. It's just the first time I've seen it in Standard, so that's new. Now it's there. Hey, warning to everybody, if you do play like a deck like this and you do have maybe some Spell Pierces in here, maybe you should be holding it up for the inevitable. They sacrifice the Demonic Pact, they donate it, they do something like that, they destroy it. Spell Pierce can really throw them off, and maybe they're sitting there stuck with the you lose the game trigger themselves. Anyways, Mono Blue Prowess deck. This deck is sweet. It is super powerful. I think the only card that is ever so slightly questionable is maybe Kaito Cunning Infiltrator. The deck is actually so much faster than I had originally expected the deck to be. And now, after playing more games with it just now, I would say that Kaito felt a little unnecessary. We do have Evasion built into the Otter. We have Enter the Enigma, giving unblockable. We have Secret Identity, making things flying. Then we have so many ways of bouncing things. So the chances of our creatures being able to find an alley into the opponent's face is pretty high already in the deck. Do we really need a 3-mana Kaido? Now, the reason this is in the deck is because this deck originally had the Tiger Seal in it, and I needed ways of untapping this Tiger Seal, and Kaido seemed like a pretty good way of doing that. But as the deck evolved and I realized that the Tiger Seal is just a little awkward, you know, cards like Sleight of Hand, look at the top 2 cards, put one of them into your hand. Not draw a card, put one into your hand, does not trigger the Tiger Seal. So it just felt weird. So I think if we're going to do something to this deck, I think probably cutting Kaitos in for, I don't know, probably just Sleight of Hand and into the Floodmaw. Like, this just kind of looks like a better deck to me, right? We get rid of old Kaido and we do something like this. Yeah, probably. This is probably the way to go. Get rid of old Kaido boy. But for now, the deck looks like this. Anyways, let me know what you think of this one down in the comments. It was a whole lot of fun to play. I hope you try this one out because it is great, and it's fun to play. That's it. Take care for now. I hope you enjoyed it. Sub up if you haven't done that, and if you made it to 49 minutes in this video, I do appreciate that. And leave a comment. That's the most important thing that I like to see in these videos or for these videos. Sarange ipona. Take care, and bye-bye.